Each year on Independence Day, there are a lot of speeches, praises, and tales of sacrifice of leaders who were involved in the Indian freedom struggle. However, the same names get all the attention and mention, while innumerable unsung heroes in the fight for the India's independence have been pushed into long forgotten pages of history. The stories of their lives and sacrifices are truly inspiring, and their contribution to the independence movement was not less than that of any other freedom fighters. Today, we have children talking about some of these unsung heroes to bring awareness of their lives, their struggle, and their contribution for Indian independence. They still are heroes, and they too deserve a mention on our Independence Day. We're going to have Miss Nishka Sharma as Begum Hasrat Mahal from the 19th century. Please welcome Miss Nishka Sharma.
I am Begum Hasrat Mahal. I was a graceful and a beautiful lady. I was also known as the Begum of Awadh. Awadh is a place in the center of Uttar Pradesh. Along with Rani of Jhansi, I remain one of the first woman war heroes of India. I am an important figure of Indian history, but sadly, very little is known about me. I ruled with wisdom, fought with courage, and always followed principles. I believed in freedom of worship. I was angry at the British for destroying temple and mosques to make way for roads. My husband, Nawab Wajid Ali Shah, was exiled to Calcutta. I took charge of the state of Awadh. I led a team of people and fought against the British. I succeeded in capturing the state of Lucknow. I have worked with many leaders, including Nana Sahib. Later, the British recaptured Lucknow and the most of Awadh. I was forced to leave and took shelter in Nepal. To recognize my endless effort for fighting for our country, the Indian government issued a stamp in May 1984. If you want to know more about me, read the book, The City of Gold and Silver, the story of Begum Hasrat Mahal. Next time, when someone asks you, name a lady freedom fighter. Yes, your immediate answer will be Jhansi Rani. But now, there's one more you can add on your list. Begum Hasrat Mahal.
To talk about Savitri Bai Phule, please welcome Miss Palak Garg.
Go get education. Go get education. Any guesses who said this? I didn't think so. I am Savitri Bai Phule. I was a poet and a social reformer in the 19th century. I was born in 1831 in Maharashtra. My parents were farmers. I fought against many social evils in India during the British rule. I built a well in my house for the lower class and untouchables. I fought with the British education facilities for the Indians. I started the first women's school in India during the British rule. I built a wall. The British honoured me for my work. Today there's a university named after me in Pune, and many books have been written about my life. Before I say goodbye, I say a verse of my poetry. Go get education. Go get education. Be self-reliant. Be industrious. Work, gather wisdom and riches. All get lost without knowledge. We become animals without wisdom. Sit idle no more. Go get education.
Next we have Miss Mehul Sukha as Rani of Jhansi.
I come in the spirit as Rani Lakshmi Bai, better known as Jhansi Ki Rani. I was the queen of the princely state of Jhansi, which is located on the northern side of India. I was the most leading personalities of the first war of India's independence, which had started in 1857. I became a widow at the tender age of 18 and lived only till 22, yet I had inspired many and is still a living legend. I was the embodiment of patriotism, self-respect and heroism. My life is a thrilling story of womanliness, strength, courage and martyrdom. In my tender body was a lion spirit. I was married to Raja Gangadhar, Maharaja of Jhansi, at the early age of 7. After marriage, I was given the name Lakshmi Bai. When I went to war and took up arms, I was the very embodiment of Goddess Kali. I was beautiful and frail, but my radiance made men diffident. Such a confident and dominant woman. A lesson is to be learned from all these experiences. To conclude, I would like to say a few words of the British General Sir Hugh Grose, who fought against me time and time again and was defeated, stated, one of the greatest and bravest commanders was the Rani. Namaste.
Please welcome Master Arya Cherukuri as Mahakavi Bharadiyar.
My name is Mahakavi Bharadiyar. I was born 11 December 882 in Tamil Nadu. I am a poet. I fought for the Indian freedom struggle. My poem, Veradale, is very famous. My poems are very patriotic. Nandri Walikum, one day my room. Jai Hind.
Introducing Master Pradeep Shah as Vinayak Damodar from the 19th century.
Namaste. I know what you're all thinking about me, but I am not Mahatma Gandhi. I was an Indian pro-independence activist, politician, as well as poet, writer and playwright. My aim of Hindutva was to create a collective Hindu identity as an imagined nation. I was the first Indian who set absolute political independence as India's goal. I was the first Indian who opposed the foreign clothes. The only Indian leader whose arrest in London caused legal difficulties for British ruler. The first poet in the world who wrote his poems on the jail's wall with nails and thorns. I also wrote the work describing Hindutva in the jail. Serving as the president of the Hindu Mahasabha, I endorsed the ideal of India as a Hindu Rashtra, and I opposed to quit India's struggle in 1942. I was also arrested for assassination of Mahatma Gandhi, but later I was released from the jail. Because of my political activities in the jail of Andaman and Nicobar, the airport, Port Blair, Andaman and Nicobar's capital, has been named after my name. Now you remember that I am a Veer Savarkar Damodar. Jai Hind!
Please welcome Master Neil Shetty, who is portraying Tipu Sultan, born in the 18th century.
Is far better than 1,000 years of living as a sheep. Everyone remembers me as the tiger of my soul. Yes, I am Tipu Sultan, king of my soul. The British call me Tipu Sahib. I am a scholar and a poet. I was the first Indian ruler to combine Eastern and Western methods of administration. I was a Muslim, but I respected other religions also. I have built many Hindu temples. I've invented the world's first war rocket. I was a very wise ruler, very progressive. The British wanted total control over India. So they used the divide and rule policy. They were making my countrymen fight against each other. I knew what their plan was, so they feared me. I tried to drill some sense into the Marathas and the Nizams, but they were only interested in personal gains and not interested in freeing our country. Can you believe they joined forces with the English and kept attacking my soul? How dare they? Then I turned to other countries for help. French became my chadidos. French and British were enemies. Napoleon wanted to conquer Egypt and secure trade route to India. Napoleon and I were about to make our dreams come true. The British were terrified because they knew if Napoleon and I joined forces, they would be defeated. So they attacked me from all sides. I fought to my last breath. I knew the end was near, but like Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai, I simply refused to surrender. I fought and fought and fought till Allah embraced me.
Who will be portraying Kodikatha Kumaran from the 20th century.
Vande Mataram! Vande Mataram! Many heroic incidents have happened during the independence movement against the British. One of them is my episode. Has anyone heard of Tirupur Kumaran or Kodikatha Kumaran? Good, a few hands are up. I was born in Chennamalai, a small town in Tamil Nadu. I actively participated in national movements against the British from a very young age. I started the Desabandhu Youth Association. I have gathered and inspired many young people to help fight against the British government. Together, we have conducted many protest marches. I was always inspired by Mahatma Gandhi. Does anyone know what I am remembered for the most? Good to see a few people know, but let me tell you, I am remembered for holding the Indian nationalist flag and not letting it down in spite of brutal attack by the Britishers. I died from injuries sustained from a police assault during this protest march. I was only 28 years old when I died. Even when I died, I held up the flag and did not put it down. Hence the name Kodikatha Kumaran, which means Kumaran who guarded the flag. I am always remembered in Tamil Nadu. The Indian government has released a commemorative stamp in my name for my 100th birth anniversary in October 2004. My birthday is on the 4th of October, so next time when it's Gandhi Jayanti, remember me 2 days later. Thank you.
Can we have the music, please? We should also acknowledge and remember Pingali Venkaiah, who was the designer of the Indian flag. He was also a freedom fighter. Can we all give a big round of applause to all our unsung heroes